Hello, and welcome to Office Hours with Amber. I'm Amber, and this is Office Hours. And this is the filler episode. You know, in every show you've probably ever watched, when all the writers just kind of give up a little, and there's not, like the musical episode of Grey's Anatomy. It's like, why are we here? What was this for? Now, don't get me wrong, I think that probably took a lot of writers' energy to do like a whole show and dance, but, the audio's working, and honestly, the next 60 minutes of this stream, who could be sure what we're about to talk about? So, if you're tuning in and you like your normal Excel content, today's not that. If you like your normal industrial engineering content, today, say it again with me, is not that. Today, I've lost all my damn marbles. Truly, I mean, we'll see where it goes. I can't even tell you where it's gonna go. I've got a game I've been playing queued up, so if we end up going down that path, fantastic, and if not, fantastic. Let's how to even start? Whoa. Didn't need those anyway. Okay. I like using sunglasses more as a headband than actual sunglasses. I don't know if y'all are with me with that, but feels like my camera's a bit close. Who cares? Okay, so if you're joining me today, I would love to know, when's the last time you went on vacation? Where'd you go? Was it fun? What'd you do? What kind of vacationer are you? So, like, I think there's a very big difference between travelers and vacationers. I'm a firm vacationer. I can travel. Can, I guess. I'm okay at it. I am a skilled traveler. I hate it though. I'm gonna be honest, like, not hate. Hate strong. Um let's let's imagine. So more so, like, I like when I vacation, I'm gonna make my camera less in my business. Don't we just feel a little better? We were a little too close for a bit there. I think I was trying to make, yeah, let's do that. I feel better. Okay. I'm glad my house is clean behind me, because otherwise that would have been embarrassing. Anyway, so there's something to be said about travelers, like folks that can just pick up a backpack and just go wherever. I have that skill. I don't, and I'm very much of the mindset, if I forgot to pack something, I'll buy it when I get there, which is a privileged ass take to have. And I know that. Don't get me wrong. Remember, we also have our fart soundboard. And I deserve 2 farts for that, because I should just be a better packer. And speaking of that, so I'm about to go, let's be so clear. I'm going on vacation starting Thursday. So I have traveled this year. 2025, I did a lot of traveling, but I did not, I would say, do a lot of vacationing. And I guess even I would separate it into categories. Let's use PowerPoint for this. I think I need to, like, map out what I mean by all this. I'm just letting my brain do whatever the hell it wants today. So come along. Maybe I should use Canva. Canva's fun. Let's do this. Okay, monitor. Okay, so I feel like there's, like, quadrants. Versus travel. And I think there's kind of a matrix and it's a sliding scale. Let's see. La la la. It kind of depends on like the level, like the likelihood of work to happen, I think, is what determines whether it's travel or vacation. I think also, let's do this too. There's kind of two. Vacation is over here and travel. Well, I want to go towards vacation. And then travel's over here. Maybe. And then maybe it's like also let's do Poppins. Do I have that? No, of course I don't have it on here. Gilroy. Nice. Not other Gilroy. For anyone tuning in, let's just be so clear. Today is complete nonsense. Unfiltered thoughts directly from my dome directly out into the space. And okay, let's set the stage a little. So since since the first of the year, basically the last 12 days, I have been on a like administrative industrial engineering like bender. Like for the last 12 days, I have had more motivation and more focus and more drive than I have in like 6 months. And when it comes to like one of my projects. And so I revamped. If you want to watch something very cool, last week's episode is for you. This week, I used all my cool beans and all my ideas and all my fresh thoughts last week. So this week we're just hanging out. But anyway, so I revamped and we're in the last 10% stretch of that project. And if you know me, that last 10% of a project kills me off every time. So the nice thing is what I've used, a strategy I used this time and that I have not traditionally done in the past is I imagine oftentimes if you imagine the scenario like you have to eat your dinner before you get dessert, that kind of vibe, I was treating a lot of my projects like if I do not do this, I can't do any of these other projects. And the problem with that is when you really get into a place of not doing that first project, now you're not doing anything. And so because oh my gosh, Ashley, hi, nice to see you. This is the filler episode. This is purely brain rot. So, and I think that's your favorite brand of my content, so feel free to stick around. Also, I need to download the Pokemon game that Harry made because I have not had a chance to play it yet because I've been a little busy, but I'm excited about it. Okay, back on subject. I used to be very much the mindset of if I don't do this, I can't do all this stuff. But then that led to like literally nothing happening ever. So I got more into a mode of just etch away, like kind of imagine just etching all of these little like I'm imagining like a team of horses and why horses, I don't know. But they're all just kind of like trotting forward a little bit at a time, but there's like a few horses over here that are a little slower and then a few horses that are dragging other things. So what I realized is if I just work on everything a little at a time, which is like my engineer brain is like, why don't you just do the most efficient path possible? And it's like, well, if I could, I would. And then the ADHD side is like, okay. So what I've been doing is I have this little to-do list. Crazy idea. It's like the Foursquare, but now I only have 2 squares because I'm on vacation soon. Anyway, so I've been tagging like when I'm holding like being really slow on one side, I'll just hop to the other. And I've just been tag teaming back and forth. But anyway, so I'm in the last 10% of that inventory project and I somehow forgot that like tech rollout and change management is like a thing. Yikes. So I forgot that of all of our clients, they all have like a Google sheet with all of their inventory information. And I like kind of I don't think I underestimated, but like it still takes time to train all of these like all of these people in this new system. And thankfully it is way intuitive. We've made it intuitive. We've made it pretty user friendly. Like it is immediately better than our last because they have now live access to live inventory instead of the once a month snapshot that they used to get. So ultimately net win. I was like, yeah, I guess I should do office hours. So It was really awesome to talk to our clients and get some client portal recommendations of like little reporting things or buttons they'd like. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. So I forget like the kind of change management or like innovation stuff that I haven't done in like probably 3 years with like people that aren't directly in my control or like in my direct vicinity that I can talk to anytime I want. So yeah, I'm in that section of it, but I got 2 more days of that and then I'm continuing to make some stuff. But anyways, I have been doing 12-hour days for the last 12 days, so I'm a little tired. And so I went to my sleep schedule is also so nocturnal now. So I went to bed at 7 a.m. this morning, and then got a call at 10 a.m. and my business partner was like, hi, are you coming into work? We have questions. I'm like, oh, I'll be there. So I'm tired. So today I'm gonna start exploring the idea of being a vacationer or being a traveler and how I delineate that in my mind. So, Ashley, when's the last time you went on a vacation? Like a true vacation or travel, I guess, which I mean, up to you. We're going to be exploring that idea. So, anyways, this is what I'm doing. Okay. Anyways, so and we got to get a good font. And you know what? I hate whatever this is, the tech shadow. Why, when you have certain fonts, it just automatically is put on there? Get a life. Because if I wanted a shadow, I would just do a shadow. Like, maybe, I guess, what's the difference between those shadows? Oh, yeah, it is different. Cute. But don't want it because gross. Okay. We need like I don't know. Let's get like something fun. I don't think y'all know how often and how much time I spend just noodling around with different fonts because they really do symbolize different energies. Cancun last March. Oh my gosh, wait, that sounds fun. And I would say I'm so jealous, but I'm going to Australia. Woo, the literal other end of the universe. But I'm super excited. It'll be nice to just okay, here's some thoughts. So I had a weird moment thinking about and I think I talked to you Ashley about this, but the performative nature of traveling, it's like or like I guess the you never quite I've been grappling with my own performative energy lately. So like for instance, if I have to go to a dinner where I'm sitting with people that I don't really want to have a conversation with, Harry, oh my gosh, I need to download Pokemon like right now. And honestly, that would be a really good use of this hour because I don't really have a plan other than talking about travel. But so my thoughts have completely escaped me. Being performative. So what I recognized is often I've skimmed out a lot of my life where I don't really put on a performance. Like if I don't want to be somewhere, I'm usually not there. If I don't want to talk to someone, I usually don't. But I also have a pretty I mean, I'm generally warm to lots of people and like I am genuinely interested in people's experience and like getting to know people. So it's really never performative. It's more of I'm very in tune when I am being performative. So I kind of was getting a little nervous because I was already pre-nervous about the trip of being like, and then I'm like, I think I was nervous that I had to like be excited that I'm going on vacation. And I don't think many people talk about how stressful it is to kind of get prepped to go on vacation and like get caught up on work far enough that people can not need you for 3 weeks, which honestly was easier than ever because the Good Trade Depot team is just so rocking. Like they really don't need me except for like little things. So like it's gonna be fine. But yeah, so I was getting like pre-stressed about this vacation, and I think it's because I thought it was more of travel, not vacation. Travel is to be optimized, vacation is to be enjoyed. And so that's where I'm going to keep diving into that now. Yeah. Mhm. I think on this end of the spectrum is like likelihood to work. Likelihood? What am I doing? Likelihood. Holy shit. Oh yeah, the font. Ugly. And the colors. We gotta work on this. Ooh, what are you? Gross. Do we have a favorite font, guys? What fonts do you... Okay, actually, big news. Big question. What is your standard font when you open Excel? Or like what font do you traditionally stick to? If you say Calibri, we're not friends. And you need to have higher standards for yourself. Now, to be fair, Aptos displays the new default, but she's not much better, but she does feel different than Calibri. Calibri, in my mind, truly feels like the Comic Sans of the 2010 to 2020s. I used to be a big Arial Nova condensed fan because the tightness of the letters and the height of them made it very legible when you wanted to condense a lot of information and like have their full words. But whenever I look back at it now, it's like almost like imagine if you eat like avocado toast every day for like 6 years and then you're like, I'm sick of this, or like chicken and asparagus. I ate that for 3 years and then like still now I'm like 50-50 on it. So similarly with Arial Nova condensed as a font, which I guess I could probably show you what the hell I mean by that. Oh yeah, get excited, I've got another game for it later. Let's do it in Excel so you can see what I'm talking about. Man, Aptos Mono. Ooh. Let's see what that is. Okay. I'm gonna Arial Nova condensed Calibri Comic Sans Aptos display Aptos Mono Chalk Duster. Oh, okay. So Arial Nova condensed. I love it. Let's zoom in. Calibri. Ugh. It's not as bad as Comic Sans. And now that I'm seeing them all next to each other, I'm like, it's not that bad. I just need to like get a life. Aptos display. Ooh. I do like how sharp that one is. Let's see. Chalked. Oh. I see. Chalk Duster. Okay, so Chalk Duster reminds me of, did you ever see that show? There was like a Nickelodeon show about chalk. Chalk Zone. That reminds me of that show. Oh my gosh, I ate that show up. That and like Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids, like those two shows were my jam. But that's what this reminds me of, obviously because it's chalk, but how fun. Lately, I have been using, I think I've been on an Aptos display kick, but I don't like that I am because it's just the new default. But thankfully, we are all out of, we're not using Times New Roman because this is not Microsoft Word. And even in Word, get a life. I get it though, it's fine. I am partial to fonts like this because it reminds me of like OG Picnic. This is the hand black. Let's go back to Picnic editing. Yeah, this. Okay. We all remember. Okay, this is peak. Well, no wonder. I mean, it's basically there we go. That is bringing back some memes. Holy shit. Let's do edited photo. Yeah. This, and this poor girl being the face. Poor girl. Just being the face of Picnic is really funny. And it was all like neon colors. Yeah. Like those like 3 filters that we had. And when I use something like the hand black, that's when I feel like I'm back in Picnic land. Oof. Okay. Anyways. for this experiment, let's do... Sometimes I like to lean into like how silly things are. Oh, not that. Unfortunately, this is a peek into exactly how my work at my house, like when I'm just working by myself, this is exactly how I work. Like I will spend 30 minutes picking a font that I don't hate. Ooh, Helvetica. I downloaded Helvetica because one of the Taylor Swift albums, the Midnight ones, is the Midnight's album is Helvetica. It's like a derivation of Helvetica, I think. And that is how that got on my computer. Let's see, Kermit. Kermit semi-bold condensed. You know what? Bet. Kermit semi-bold condensed is gonna have to work for us. Okay. So on this end of the spectrum, I think it's like likelihood of work is high. Like the likelihood of work. And that's like up here. And then vacations like down here. And then the other axis is like optimization of time, I feel. So like go with flow. And then I would, oh, okay. Solo vacation. And then how I'm seeing like group vacations. I would say like, and then this is, I mean, the funny thing is like I'm likely to work regardless, but I've done these a lot this year. Wait, yeah, ew. I don't like that. Anyways, I've been doing a lot of like travel and group vacations, and I think there was I think optimization of time and like frequency of scheduled activities. And what was stressing me out is that I thought I was in, let's see, do a star. Let's make it, ew. Let's make it like beveled. We don't spend enough time. Kind of all ugly. Yikes. Can you make the bevel bigger? Oh yeah, cool. I mean, technically this is a version of click around and find out. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So where I thought I was, or rather I've done this traveling a lot this year. Oh wait, JetBrains Mono? Wait. I must see this now. Let me Google it. JetBrains Mono font. Ooh, I like that. I like the R is like kind of like crunchy. Like it looks like you have to put emphasis like rights have resulted. I kind of like this one though because it's very clear. Keeping that in the backlog. Okay. So there was a lot of my year. So like I would say, let's say examples. Let's unbold them. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this was Excel conference. UK Global Excel Summit. I would say that was like kind of, it was more of like The likelihood, yeah, I would say the Vegas. I mean, see. So like the travel, I would say those, and then inside of the Vegas, that was like burning Clippy. Super clean emojis when you're making taskbars. Ooh. And truly, the last huh. I would say the last vacation I had was probably 2022 Dominican Republic for a wedding. So truly for this like upcoming vacation, I think what was happening was I have done a lot of traveling, but then when it came to like I was getting nervous because I was thinking it was like group vacation, like managing everyone's kind of vibe and like making sure I'm like doing whatever people wanted to do. No, like this is not that. So I'm going to be seeing friends and the Bobergs. Shout out. So excited to see you soon. I'm going to be seeing people that I know, but I think there's like no performative aspect to it. It's like the first few days when I get there, I'm going to be going to like the Gold Coast and I'm going to go see the some filming locations where my favorite mermaid show was filmed. If you guys are unfamiliar, time to get educated. Here we go. H2O, just add water. Okay, this show is about mermaids. And it is my favorite. This show, and I talked about this probably in my birthday stream. This it came out in like 2007 2008ish, and this is back when YouTube, I don't think you were allowed to post videos longer than 7 minutes or 7 or 8 like 10 minutes or something. And so in that duration, that's where they would release, someone would like hand record with like a hand record or something, like somehow screen record these shows in Australia, and they wouldn't release them in America because Nickelodeon had only showed like the first season. And so I found on YouTube that they were like basically pirating it. So I watched the next 4 seasons through 7 minute chunks, basically 3 7 minute chunks. Watching that many seasons of a show, and that's back in like 24 episode kind of, that's like 60 times 5, that's 300 YouTube videos that I had watched through my iPod Touch back then, and I'd do it again. I love that show so much. But anyway, so I'm going to see some of the filming locations. We'll see how many I find. But anyways, I'm doing that for a few days. And what I realize is I'm allowed as a traveler, as a vacationer, is I can just sit places. I can just sit. I can go to a bench next to the ocean and just listen to birds. And that's why I've got my like moo on today. For to be clear, this is one of the crazier outfits I've worn. And it's fully like an old woman, like what is it, not Mr. Roper, but yeah, it's like it is one big bandana of a dress. iPod Touch, second best personal device after the iPod Shuffle. You're an iPod Shuffle person. Intriguing. Harry, tell me more. What did we like about the iPod Shuffle? I think back in 2007, I think the cool thing about the iPod Shuffle is that it clipped to things. I was partial to the iPod Nano Touch. Whoa, iPad Nano, and I still have mine, and it's still so iconic. Just like the clicky business, and being like, I was too picky about what music I was listening to. Like I always wanted to listen to a specific song, and like because I have so many different genres of things I listen to, and back then I cared too much about like sharing like an earbud with someone. Shuffle is a dangerous game in my car because my music taste is whack as bonkus. It's we could go between musical theater to Tool and Metallica to like and like the theme song of like animes I watched like 10 years ago to the Judds. Like really it goes everywhere. It wasn't distracting you with a screen trying to sell you anything, just pure music, no noise. Okay, fair. And that's where I would still say I would still vote for the iPod Nano before there was ads and other nonsense on the screen. So I completely agree with you there. Um, I actively was on TikTok yesterday and there was just one too many ads and I was just feeling like a crotchety old woman, especially in my getup. I'm in vacation mode. um man, I was just getting so annoyed and I actively yelled at my phone. I was like, "I'm tired of this. Stop selling me things." As I buy so many things. Before I'm not okay. The other thing about travel versus vacation is when I'm traveling for like work or something or like the potential of work or like an Excel conference or something, I don't pack well. I just go in assuming that I'm going to forget something. So I don't really stress about packing, but packing for vacation, I have been like I just ordered like this is also so embarrassing to admit. Okay, so I'm telling you a secret. So I was thinking through the logistics of traveling alone, and what I realized is if I'm gonna go to the beach and I'm going to be let's say in the ocean, who's going to watch my stuff while I'm in the ocean? And I was thinking about it because I haven't really had this circumstance and I'm an aquatic creature. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to want to go into the ocean. So I was like, well, who's going to watch my stuff? And like, I can't just bury it because what if it gets lost? Like, what if I lose it? And then I was like, wait a minute. So I got a waterproof. This is now consumerism, capitalism at its best. I was like, well, it'd be cool to get like a waterproof case for my phone so that then maybe I could like film stuff for like I could film stuff. Uh and then I could hold my phone so that I don't lose that. And then I was like, well, but still I'm going to have like going like I'm still going to like what about my keys or what about like my bag, like what am I going to do with it? So I bought this like lockbox bag that like has a wire attached to it so you can attach it to like at least your important documents, you can loop it through like a chair or something. And then I was thinking, I was like, well, what am I gonna do if there's no chairs? And then I was like, Amber, we're not buying a chair, we're not taking a chair to the airport, like that's let's relax. So yeah, if anyone has any tips on how to keep your stuff safe, aside from making a friend, because I always will do that. I'd be like, hey, could you watch my stuff for a little bit? But then I feel like I'm on a timeline where I'm like, I don't want to bother these people and say, like, could you watch my stuff while I go frolic in the ocean? Like, that seems silly. So if there's ever a time that I felt I'm not lonely, but like, it would be really freaking nice to have a partner that could watch my stuff while I go play mermaids in the ocean. It's like, damn. Anyways, okay. Harry, you installed Linux as a dual boot on your PC. Lack of advertising. Ooh, I feel that. I feel that. A lot lighter since then. Having my first personal laptop with Windows 7 in high school over again. I sometimes have been grappling lately with the thought of like subscriptionatized software and like storage. And so I think I've got about, and it sounds crazy to say it now, but like the last kind of decade of photos on my iPhone iCloud account or whatever, I do kind of and again, this is going to sound crazy, but I want to download them all to my hard drive now that I have a computer, like a PC with like a hard drive that's like worth it. I was like, well, might as well back it all up. And I remember growing up and my dad talking about the server and like all of our like server meaning like the hard drives and like I guess the server. I don't, guys, none of my business to know. But he would always talk about putting our family videos and movies and music and all of that on the server. And I was like, now that I'm here, I'm like, wait a minute. It would be nice to not have to pay $1 a month to like keep that terabyte of data. And then maybe I could clear that out and like delete stuff because I know that I have a copy of it. So now I'm like thinking about backing up all my stuff, and I'm like, damn, Amber, that's a good idea anyway. I digress. Um, yeah. Anyways, so I'm excited to just sit by an ocean and perhaps do something and see stuff and to eat food. I think the other cool thing is a lot of times, and I hate when like entrepreneurial podcasts or inspiration whatever, like there's kind of the two sides of it, is of the hustle grind, keep going, keep pushing, whatever. And like obviously those guys they take breaks eventually, but then I hate the patronizing thing that they do where they're like, you have to slow down to speed back up, and it's like, unfortunately it's true. I just hate the way that they say it, and it's like, you got to take a break, and it's like, yeah, there's, it's kind of like when, like, imagine you're like swimming and you're going underwater, you're coming back, and you like kind of like you're swimming and you get like little micro tiny breaths or in or like whatever, but you really need like a deep breath to like and get rid, you know? So it's like kind of, I've had a lot of like steady breathing of like coming up for air every now and again, especially with the Excel conference and the Burning Clippy, and like I've taken moments of peace, but I think this 3 weeks is going to be like the deepest breath I've taken since like 2023. Even like the little bits of travel that I've done in the past, I've been like so like attentive to my email. So in this one, I'm like, I finally made it to a point where I'm like, everything's gonna be fine without me. So I'm kind of just gonna fuck off for 3 weeks, 2.5, but whatever. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna be staying in a hostel, which I think is so fun. Just to like, because I can sleep literally in the middle of traffic. Like I have no qualms with sleep problems. I am nervous I'm gonna fart in my sleep, but God, let being like God, it's none of my business. It's in my sleep. It like truly could not be any farther from my business. But like in those little pods, it's only a me problem. But anyways, so I'm excited to like, the one that I'm staying at is like got like they provide like breakfast and dinner, which is, I think, is a cool feature. And then like they kind of have a lot of activities for like the tourists like me. There's a bunch of other solo travelers. So I'm just gonna just eat, pray, love my way through Australia, New Zealand. Um, I would ask for recommendations, but I am not planning anything else. I am purely gonna show up, and wherever my heart leads me is where I'm gonna go. Um, Oh my gosh, I must talk to you guys about this. I just watched this movie yesterday on Netflix. It's a book, I think, by Emily something, and it's The People You Meet on Vacation. Oh my gosh. Talk about the cutest movie. I cannot. Okay. So I am a rom com girl. I love a manufactured feeling. It could be textbook friends to lovers, enemies to, it could be any trope you want. I subscribe to it every time. I haven't had a good rom-com in so long, and so this one I love is a adaptation of a book. So it just came out on Netflix, and so it's this like it's these like two friends that meet because they're moving to the same college. And the cute thing is they like do like a yearly little like they go like on a vacation each year with each other, and they're like good buddies. This reminds me of one day Netflix show of this movie, infinitely less sad though. So this is Dexter and Emma, and they every year would try to like, they like, this book is truly life changing. So we're going down a rabbit hole now. Okay, so the premise of the show, one day, it comes from a book. I read the book too, and the book and the show are actually very closely in tune. But it basically, so the funny thing is the date that they chose in the book, basically in this one day movie, is they on July 15th every year from like 1980 something to, you know, whenever, um they show only one day from each of those years, and you kind of pick up context clues over time, like who they're dating, what happened last year, what happened in between, like, oh, Dexter doing this again, and it's like, oh, he's been doing this all year, that's crazy. Anyways, so kind of friends for like 18, like 20 years of friendship, and it's like each chapter is a different year, whatever. So what I love about that is you get little glimpses into what's been going on in all this time. And this show, this movie I watched yesterday gives the same, like, nostalgia, like it feels so similar, because basically they show you how they meet and then current day them, and then they keep saying things like, well, nothing could ever be as good as the Tuscany trip. And then you get like a cut scene of like the Tuscany trip. You're like, oh, that's the tea that happened at the Tuscany trip. This, so then you're watching this movie, but you're like doing a lot of like backwards, like back in time and future in time. And so the whole time you're just like rooting for some specific outcomes. And so won't spoil it because it's such a delicious movie. I cannot describe to you how, like, normally when I'm watching movies lately, it's been like, yeah, like keeping up to keep up, whatever. But truly, I was fully sat. I was sitting here watching this movie and I was actively girlishly squealing, kicking my feet, pissing my pants. I was like, and then there was like moments where I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it just like, I was shouting at my TV and I was truly like, Amber, we need to calm down. Like, what is this? This is truly, it was the best hour and 47 minutes I've had in so long. And that is getting me so excited because, I mean, the book's called People We Meet on Vacation. And I'm about to go on vacation. I'm about to meet people. And who knows what could happen. But yeah, I'm about to be vacation Amber, and she's different. But that begs the question, Amber, what are you gonna do next Monday during office hours with Amber? Great question. So I'm going to be using the next 3 weeks of this trip. The only outcome I want of this trip is to have a firm monthly plan of February through the rest of the year, to of like what my objectives are per month, that I'm actually going to have like kind of some more routine scheduled content of like what the fuck am I learning or growing towards. And I have some like general vibes of where I'm heading, but nothing like, I don't have the monthly goals established yet because I have not had enough time to breathe and think and let the creative little energy flow, you know? So what I was saying earlier was sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. So this is my version of a complete systems down. We're doing preventative maintenance. This is January. So the second half of January will be that. Then I'm going to be coming back swinging in February with, I think every Monday is going to become Engineer the Engineer. Don't hate me. I wanted to keep office hours with Amber going, and truly it is still office hours. It doesn't have to be Microsoft office hours, but it still is. And I still fully intend on doing that, but I'm still doing click around and find out, but I kind of want to have it as like a separate day of the week. Mondays are just the most consistent that I actually show up for myself and focus. I think I need to, because it's so important that I want to engineer the engineer this year, I have to use my Monday slot because I know how consistently I do it. I'm nervous that if I tried to put the more important of the tasks on Sunday or Tuesday or Thursday or something, that I'm not going to be as regimented with it or like as disciplined. So I would rather put the fluffy, fun Excel thing on a different time of the week, which is consequential to no one. Like, truly, I don't think anyone is going to really particularly care about when that one is. They click around and find out, but I don't know. I'm feeling some feelings about it, but I know how important the Engineer series is going to be this year, but it's still all subsets of Office Hours with Amber is the weekly live stream, all presented by PG Profitability. I really need to get better about talking about my business. It's actually quite shocking. I don't think I've stopped talking for 43 minutes. Also, another shout out to Night Shift Energy. It truly made me smarter. I can't describe why. Anyways, so the next 2 weeks of Officers in the Amber, the funny thing is that I looked at my schedule, and I'm on flights from different places to different places, like going from Gold Coast to Adelaide, going from Adelaide to New Zealand during Officers of the Amber times. How I scheduled that, I have no idea. So what I might do, what I'm thinking of doing is when I'm sitting at the airport, I'm going to try to set up my camera or something to try and do like a little like recap of what's been going on, similar to how I did the first week of Vegas. But it's going to be from the airport both times because that's the closest to 7 p.m. Monday is like 8 a.m. Tuesday for while I'm there. So we'll see. It's going to be a little wackus bonkus as I normally am, but it'll be nice. I think at that point, I think at that point I'll have at least fun things to say instead of like, hi, I'm tired. Anyways, okay, so I need to show you what I've been doing lately. To detox, to chill my brain out. So one, oh my gosh, okay, other things. My objectives of this trip. One is to get my 2026 planning done. Two is I want to finish reading the Throne of Glass series. I'm in the tandem read right now, and I probably have, I guess if you put them together, I have probably 70. I'm 25% of the way through 2 books. So 2 eighths, 1/4. I have 75% of both. I don't fucking know. I've got 3 books that I have yet to read. 2 of them, I'm halfway through 1. Okay, so I have 2.5 books. Oh my God. My God, she's lost the ability to do math. I have 2.5 books in the Throne of Glass series that I have yet to finish. Then I'm hoping that I do that, which I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, those books have been sitting on my nightstand for the last 6 months, staring me in the face, and they're like, truly. I need to get into the Pokemon Excel game. Because I know that once I'm in it, actually, I have something to admit, and this is shameful. This is shameful to admit. Because I know the community is so much better at Excel than me, or like so much, like, this is gonna come out crazy and like so backwards because like it's like almost against everything I preach, but I specifically don't. I enjoy competing Excel, but I not like, I like it for not weird reasons, but like I like it for the community aspect of playing it with someone. And so like, and like the live intensity of it. And I'm trying to heal that this year because sometimes, especially like the Rubik's Cube incident. So for those of you that don't know, I got myself a little speed cube, and I've been trying to get faster at doing the like Rubik's Cube stuff. And so what happened was I posted in the WhatsApp group with all of the Excel folks because I know they were hyper brilliant, and I was like excited. I was like, okay, this is like a smart person hobby. So let's see what the times in the group are. And so I think Jeremy had said 2 minutes, and Dim had said 1 to 2 minutes. And so I finally got my time down to 2 minutes from 10 minutes. And I was so excited. So I finally posted in the group, so proud of myself, and not knowing that Hayden was going to come out of left field with 15 seconds. What the fuck was that? That killed me. not, but that's the weird thing is it was a weird observation of self because I'm not a competitive person, but I finally got into the spirit of the gamification of it. I was like, oh, it's fun to track my times over time to see how like the learning curve works and like, gamify it. And it was weird when he sent the 15 seconds. I like had a weird bout of self-doubt. I was like, well, there's never a circumstance or like I was so proud of myself for even being able to solve it, let alone solve it in 10 minutes, let alone solve it in 2 minutes. So when he sent the 15-second one, I was like, it's kind of like being proud of yourself and then someone going, oh, that's cute. um and so I didn't Rubik's Cube at all for like 2 weeks after that, which is so silly. Like, Amber, get a life. Like it truly. But anyways, I try to not gamify too many things because I think I might just be I'm not a sore loser. It's more of like uh I'm like firmly in the middle of the pack and I'm totally okay with being in the middle of the pack. And I know this has nothing to do with the Excel game, like the Pokemon Excel, because that's just truly just like fun. Like it's like fun in a completely different way. Um and I I don't know. I think I've just been I'm not apprehensive about your game because I have been thinking like I've just had no time. But in terms of like competitive Excel and everything, I don't know. I get like nervous. I'm like, well, if I play, I'm not going to play it as fast as anyone, and I'm not going to play it as well as anyone. And like that's such a gross mindset to carry. And that is why, okay, that's why I need to show you what I have been playing because this. Let's imagine it's Sudoku for rats. So here we go. Let me find my screen where okay, so truly how do I even okay. Oh, well, okay. So basically you have this little house and here's my little rat, and to decorate said house, you have to do these little puzzles to you have all of these different numbers, and that's kind of instructing you on how many numbers can go in certain places. So for instance, like 313, that is a perfectly acceptable option. Or, and this is so crazy that I'm showing this, that's an acceptable option, but you don't know which one's actually true because it could be either of those options, so you can't make guesses. So for instance, this one is, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 here. You can start to like kind of narrow things because if you know that there's going to be like 3, which honestly this as soon as I started, I was like, I'm embarrassed. Yeah, home squeak home. Like I can't tell you how much time I've been spending playing Sudoku for rats. um yeah. So I've been pretty busy. But yes, I do okay. I do like that you brought up the like community jokes and all of the inside jokes and all of that stuff. So I will be playing it. I just must sit down and do it. So yeah. I can't believe. But yeah, Squeakross is like the silliest little game I think I've found lately. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to download Pokemon Excel right now because otherwise I'll never do it and I just need to do it. Is the link in the description of that chat? That's the real question. In the meantime, while my computer loads. While it loads. Side note, does anyone have Oh, wait. Monthly experiments. Ashley, have you decided any monthly experiments? And I would say, Harry, what are your monthly experiments? But you seem to be keeping yourself busy just fine with the Pokemon Excel. Okay, let me find Google Drive. Okay, here we go. Downloading it now. I'm so excited. But yes, what New Year's resolutions or experiments are we putting into place this year? Unblock before extracting. Well, hee. How do you even unblock? What's that? I saw you listed out instructions, and did I read them? Of course not. Right click. I don't think I'm even given a unblock option. Andrew Nye has a plushie? You're buying him a plushie? Of what? Ooh. I think it's up. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh my gosh, wait, how exciting is this? I think I needed to do something else. I have fucked it. One sec. Okay. I mess up. Oh my gosh, Alex, hi. Right click. Okay, let me do this the right way. One sec. Right click. Properties. Okay. Scroll to bottom. Unblock. Okay. Let's do that now. Perfect. Glad you guys are here to help because I am useless. Alex, how are you doing? Tell me everything. Any fun New Year's resolutions? Okay. While that loads, or I fucked it twice. Oh my gosh, tell Paula I said hi. You are catching me at the most brilliant time. This is what I would call the this is the filler episode because I have no scheduled content. I am not learning anything. I am purely Oh, Ashley, I do appreciate your care for copyright infringement, but I get flagged every single time whether I use copywritten stuff or not. So, and I don't monetize this, so fuck it, we ball. Anyways. Yes, let me try that. Let me try that. Okay, deleting those. We have unblocked it. Yeah, basically, this episode of Office Hours Labor is super pointless, but I appreciate you being here. Okay, now it's exporting. Extracting. Unless I fucked it again, which honestly could have happened. Harry, question. How widely available are you going to make this game? AKA, yeah, what is your plan on getting other people to play it, or like sharing it? Like, is it going to get on your GitHub eventually, or like what's the vibes? Came for Amber, staying for Pokemon. We'll see. We'll see. I might have to mute it, but let's find out. Unless I fucked it twice. I think I've done something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. And if not, then you know what? This might actually be good content for next week's episode when I'm at the airport, because I'll have plenty of time to fully fuck off at that point. Sadly, we cannot share in public due to copyright, but streaming it is okay and the sounds are okay as long as they're whitelisted, as there are many Pokemon YouTubers. Oh, okay, cool. Don't resize it. Keyboard? Oh, spacebar. Okay. Let me see if I can. My monitor's just too big. I'm gonna try to maybe might be able to like add it as as its own window. Let's find out. Let's find out. Okay, we are at an hour, and so I am going to attempt it in the privacy of my own shame and misery by myself, so I can be as dumb as I want to be, which I can on this too. Well, maybe. Now I'm curious. Okay, let me just make sure I can open the damn thing. Okay, so I can resize it. Okay. I see. Okay, just keyboards. I should have known. Opera CEO. Wow. Well, let's just see a little bit of this since I clearly have no idea. Oh. Okay. Cute. Okay. Let's just go for it. Harry, I'm endlessly impressed with you. Ah! Oh my goodness. Yeah, Alex, my friend Harry, who's in the chat, is the one that made it. Holy shit, Harry. I'm gonna make this like a little smaller because I'm having trouble reading because I got bad eyes. Okay, what's going on here? Books about parenting. That's funny. So many things. Oh. Wait, I don't want... Okay. We're just gonna... Let's just go do stuff. No, no, no. Get me out of here. I've made a mistake. That's my mom? Oh, like my mom in the game. Like, truly, I feel like, of course, you labeled everything. Alright, let's... Ah. Even the shadow in the reflection in the water is hilarious. Who are you? Alright. Okay, this is like a tough time to tell everyone. I never played Pokemon growing up. There, I said it. I like did functionally, but like not really. Like I was not like the biggest Pokemon person growing up. Like I understand functionally. What are you guys doing? Yeah, wait, fuck you guys up. What? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sure he loves that. Wait, who's over here? Aha! Almost snuck past me with that. Okay, I think I need to talk to more people and figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Go in the house to the top left, pink hair character. Oh, wait. Who's that person in the corner? You could spend endless amounts of time in here. And honestly, Harry, you've unlocked something in my brain. Not this house. I don't think you guys understand. I was a Harvest Moon gamer, which is just a bunch of going around and talking to people. Farthest house on the right. Here, wait, maybe I can make this screen bigger. Let me... Top right, row there. Keep going right. Okay, wait, this one. Oh, Jesus. Okay, now things are happening. Oh, wow. Look at these people. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Wow. Giles is like the best. That's so funny. Oh, they're the dancers. Okay. I was like, I like the squirrely one over here. She's excited. And then who's the leader of this pack? Miles! Of course. Oh my gosh. We're not paying them. They all volunteered. Okay, honestly, okay. Okay. Let me turn this down. Okay. I could play this all night. And now I'm glad I did this at the end of the stream. So now I think what I'm going to have to do is I don't know if it's fun for anybody else but me, but I might just do like I guess the traditional most live streamers do some form of video games, and so I think what I might have to do is just like a live stream of playing this game because I think that deserves its own duration of time and experience. So, yes, I will be concluding this episode of Officers Lambert, this filler episode. This truly was the musical episode of Grey's Anatomy. Like, it really had no point or plot line, but I think we had fun along the way. Harry, wonderful job making this game, and I'm going to be streaming me play the live gameplay. I'm going to be streaming the live gameplay on this channel, different video, but I imagine probably tomorrow night. I don't know. You'll be seeing it on my computer. Side note, side question is if I want to save this is on my desktop, so if I put this on my laptop, I would have to restart from scratch, right? Or is there like any save data that I could move over? Let me know, because I would like to play a little bit more here, but then when I'm traveling, I'm like, I have to have that on my laptop. So, yes. Anyways, Alex, thanks for coming. Tell Paula I said hello. Ashley and Harry, also so nice to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out for whatever the fuck this brain rot was. But yeah, I'm gonna try out being a traditional video game live streamer, Excel video game live streamer, at a different time. But for now, I think I need a nap because I've had 3 hours of sleep and I'm a little tired girl. Work out how to save in the first menu thing. Okay. Okay. I will sort that out. Save the save data is an app data roaming okay, perfect. I will find that. And if not, I'll start from the scratch because so fun. And the problem is I know that today I want to go through every little nook and cranny for all the little teeny tiny things that you put in there. Z. Oh my gosh. You have taken so much time to learn this stuff. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. I've saved my data and I am now excited. Okay. I'm logging off. I will catch you next week from, I think, the Gold Coast. So catch you on the